in the margin of Genesis 33, we have Rebi, and for verse 4, we have Tzad Aritz Qi and Naqod al Wi Shakhu. And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men. And he divided the children unto Leah, and unto Rachel, and unto the 2 handmaids. And he put the handmaids and their children foremost, and Leah and her children after, and Rachel and Joseph hittermost. And he passed over before them, and he bowed himself to the ground 7 times, until he came near to his brother. And Esau ran to meet him, and embraced him, and fell on his neck, and kissed him. And they wept. And he lifted up his eyes, and saw the women and children, and said, Who are those with thee? And he said, The children which God hath graciously given thy servant. And the handmaiden came near, they and their children, and they bowed themselves. And Leah also with her children came near, and bowed themselves. And after came Joseph near, and Rachel, and they bowed themselves. And he said, What meanest thou by all this drove which I met? And he said, These are to find grace in the sight of my Lord. And Esau said, I have enough, my brother. Keep what thou hast unto thyself. And Jacob said, Nay, I pray thee, if now I have found grace in thy sight, then receive my present at my hand. For therefore I have seen thy face, as though I had seen the face of God, and thou wast pleased with me. Take, I pray thee, my blessing that is brought to thee, and because God hath dealt graciously with me, and because I have enough. And he urged him, and he took it. And he said, Let us take our journey, and let us go, and I will go before thee. And he said unto him, My Lord knoweth that the children are tender, and the flocks and herds with young are with me. And if men should overdrive them one day, all the flocks will die. Let my Lord, I pray thee, pass over before his servant, and I will lead on softly, according as the cattle that goeth before me, and the children be able to endure until I come unto my Lord, unto Sire. And Esau said, Let me now leave with thee some of the folk that are with me. And he said, What needeth it? Let me find grace in the sight of my Lord. So Esau returned that day, and went his way unto Sire. And Jacob journeyed unto Succoth, and built him an house, and made booths for his cattle. Therefore the name of the place is called Succoth. And Jacob said to Shalem, a city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, when he came from Padan Aram, and pitched his tent before the city. And he bought a parcel of a field where he had spread his tent at the hand of the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. And he erected an altar and called it El Elohe Israel. So, power of my God, the bride of God. Wisha Yaakov Ainu Wiura Wahna Ashu Ba Wamu Arba Mount Aish Wichits at Hildim Allah Wal Rachel Wal Shati Hesh Pachut Wisham at Hesh Pachut Wat Yuld Yahan Rashna Wat La Wildya Achrinim, Wat Rachel, Wat Yusuf, Achrinim, Wahwa, Aber, Lepniham, Wishtachu, Arza, Shaba, Pamim, Ad, Gashtu, Ad, Achu, Wirtz, Ashu, Lukratu, Weech, Bukhu, Weepel, Al, Tiswaru, Wishtahu, Weebkahu, Weebku, Wisha at Ainu, Wira at Henshim, Wat Hildim, We Amr, Mi El, Luk, We Amr, Hildim, Asher, Hanan, Alhim, at Abdak, Wat Gushan, Hashpachut, Hana, Wieldihan, Wat Shutchuin, Wat Gush Gumlah, Wieldiah, Wish Tuchu, Washer, Nagish, Yusuf, Wirchel, Wish Tuchu, We Amr, Mi Luk, Kul Hem Chana, Hesa, Asher, Panchati, We Amr, Nantsa Chen, Bayani, Adni, We Amr, Ashu, Yashli, Rabachi, Yahi, Luk, Asher, Luk, We Amr, Yaqub, Alna, Amna, Matsati, Chun, Bayanik, Wal Qijit, Manchati, Midi Ki Al, Kun, Rati, Panik, Krat, Pani, Alhim, Wat Rutsni, Ketchna, At, Berkti, Asher, Habat, Laki, Hani, Alhim, Waki, Yishri, Kul. Weeptser, Bu, Wikach, We Amr, Nas'ah, Wen Lakah, Walka, Len Gadak, We Amr, Aliu, Adni, Yadaki, Hiladim, Rakim, Watsan, Wahbakar, Alut, Ali, Wabbakum, Yum, Acht, Wamtu, Kul, Hatsan, Yaberna, Adni, Lepni, Abdu, Wani, At. At Nahla, Lathi, Lurgal, Hemlaka, Asher Lipni, Wal Rugal, Hildim, Ad Asher, Abba al-Adni Shayura we Amr Ashu Atsiga Na Amak Manham Asher Ati we Amr Lama Sa Amtsa Hen Bagni Adni Wishab we Bium Hahwa Ashu Larku Shayura we Akam Nasa Sukta Weban Lu Bait Wal Muknahu Asha Sukat Al Kun Krasham Hamkum Sakut Weba Yaqub Shalom Ayr Shukam Asher Barts Kanan Babau Mapton Arm Weechan at Pani Higher Weepan at Chilkut Hashda Asher Natha Shem Ahlu Mead Bani Chmur Abi Chukan Bamah Kashitha Witsab Shem Munbach Wikra Lu Alhi Yashral. And some words that we saw here. Law is weary, grieve, loathe, disgusted, faint, tire, as in tiring. So that's what that name means. And okay, so I've been pronouncing it wrong. Shechem is a ridge. It's a place of burdens. The point of a hill or the back, consent, portion, shoulder, morning. Arise, be up, get, early. Now, aside from booths, sukt is silent. And it's from a root meaning a dwelling, or some sort of hut or covering.